Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing great. My name is Mohammed and I'm from Morocco.
Morocco. Wow, very interesting. And why are you learning English?
I am learning English, I think to boost my career and to find better opportunities. And one of the things that I like about learning English is that I like the process of making progress every day. This is something that I love and I admire. This is why I'm learning English in Cambly.
Excellent. And you said to advance your career. What is your career?
I am an Arabic teacher, right? But I'm also a English teacher. I teach English online, and soon I will teach English in primary school because it will be available in primary school since we teach only French as a foreign language. But in the coming years, in the years to come, we will embrace this approach of teaching English as a foreign language. I want to be ready for the job to to teach English for kids because it's my passion.
Wow, that's interesting. They don't teach English there as a second language or as a language at all. Wow, that's interesting. I just thought I just think I assumed that. Well, I guess most places. But it's very interesting. Is tell me why the microphone? It's a nice microphone, by the way.
Thank you so much. I just like to have a good setting and because that motivates me more to speak and not like when I have just headphones I will be lazy. So I want to
Wow,
motivate myself by having a good settings.
wow, very nice, very nice. That's the reason why you are learning English. All right, absolutely, or improving your English, shall I say? When when do you start? When will they start incorporating English into the schools? And when will you begin? You said primary school?
Next year it will be adapted to the sixth grade and I think after that it will be in the low grades like for third and second, maybe the first, and that's the approach our educational system follows.
Which grade level will you be teaching?
I think I will stay at sixth grade since I teach sixth grade now this year. And maybe I will stay at this level because the kids are more comprehensive and they understand what you're saying, so you don't have to repeat the same thing over and over and over again. Not like first and second grade because it's hard to 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 make them understand something. It's very hard,
Yeah.
and they tend to they're so vital. They like to move around the class. It's very hard to control them.
And you teach them Arabic?
I have teach French and Arabic. It depends. Each year you can choose one of the languages that you wanna teach. Either it's French or Arabic. Hopefully, in the coming years, will be English too. So I will be
So
choosing English
is French widely spoken in Morocco?
because it's the first foreign language. So
First language, first language.
in I think it's people speak French a lot, but professionally. And also the educational system in, for example, scientific majors in in college, they adapt French. So we learn scientific modules in French language. And also in the professional field, the companies use French. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you. Sorry about that.
No problem, no problem. It happened to me a lot. So I understand. Sometimes the connection gets slow in my room and I just lost the host.
The official language in Morocco. It's it's
Arabic.
Arabic. And how often would you hear people? Is French the level of French in Morocco? Is it very high? The level of their level of French, or no?
Well, we still have a big problem of the French language. I think the majority of people in Morocco don't like French, and
Really?
they find it maybe difficult. And the reasons is like in the primary education, and they use a different approach. I think one of the things that make it difficult is that we study grammar more than communication. I remember when I was in primary school, we didn't get the chance to speak more. So we just had to remember conjugation and all of the tenses. That's all you got, and also reading. So you don't have an opportunity to speak with your classmates or with your teacher. I think this point makes it difficult to practice the language. I think majority of people in Morocco understand French well, but they cannot express themselves.
Oh wow. They understand it. They understand what they're hearing, but they just can't express their feelings and
Yeah, I think that's happening in public schools, but in private schools, people can speak languages because they use the right approach.
but you let me because all right, and I guess my question is like, what is the solution behind that? Because it seems like there's some constraints. It just would seem to me that there's some constraints, and let me know if I'm wrong here. But
Okay.
like with talking, you have a teacher, and there's so many students, and then you're constrained with the amount of time you have in your class. So it seems difficult to give each student an appropriate amount of time for each class to practice their communication. How what is the solution to help kids communicate better with those constraints?
I think with collective activities, you can really make it works. I think, for example, a debate or something like that, you can really have get your students to speak up. And it's not only about how the amount of time you give to one student. It's the process, it's the continuity, it's the consistency.
Right,
Because you do it every day, there will be an accumulation of lots of vocabulary, lots of expressions that they got used to it. So it will be normal for them to speak it, to use it in their daily conversation. We can just start with basic conversations like hello, how are you? These expressions becomes natural. It will be like the it will be stuck in the long-term memory, in the subconscious mind. So whenever they got a chance, they can speak it out without even thinking about it. So you go, you know what I mean? It's the
right,
consistency. Yes.
right. I agree with you. You'd have to try to do it in groups, because in a class, how many students would you say there are? And
It differs, but 25, 30 students class.
25 to
Yeah.
30. Would it be
Can you repeat your question because I lost the
yeah,
score?
so it's 30 kids in a class. And I guess all the kids can actually answer together in unison. They don't have to answer separately. So I guess the teacher can say, "How are you doing?" And the kids respond in French or other together.
One of That's one of the ways that you can do it. There are plenty of ways that you can do your speaking activities. Yes, this is one of
Right.
them.
Do they have an opportunity often to speak French in normal day society outside of the classroom?
No,
Okay.
people speak only
Only
Arabic.
okay.
I think for the middle class, it's very hard to speak French outside, except for if you have parents that they speak French a little bit in their daily life. He
Hmm.
can, so the kids can have an environment where he can practice his French. But I think in the majority of families they don't use French. And nowadays people start to use English more than French because they find it easier to learn. Like French, there are plenty of tenses, and it's a hard language actually.
Do you find English easier than French?
For me, yes, I find English is easier than French. Maybe because I love it. I prefer it. Maybe that's the reason why.
Ask these questions because I'm thinking about going to Madagascar, and I hear the primary language is French, and I hear that some countries in Africa they speak French. I was wondering if Morocco as well.
Yeah, different languages that are bilingual. So because it's a touristic, so
Right.
people have the chance to speak with foreigners from different places. So you can find, for example, a normal person there can speak three languages: German, English, French, because the practice it in their business. They use languages because they confront with people from different nationalities. Yep.
Wow, that's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. And we're quick because Arabic. Well, we that's our time, but I was going to ask you about Arabic, but that's good. It was wonderful speaking with you.
Thank you so much for your lovely conversation. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Take care.
Bye bye.